Hello Aries, thank you for tuning into your general read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Modern Spellcasters Tarot by Melanie Marquis, illustrated by Scott Murphy. For the supportive oracle cards, the Angel Answers Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue and Randy Valentine. Alright, we've already shuffled. Let's go ahead. Aries. Alright, we're good? We're good. I'm already getting, the first thought I'm getting, this seems like an uphill battle just to start off with. Let's see how this turns out for you, because I'm kind of curious where this is actually leading. Now, you're starting off this situation. This card doesn't usually come through this way for me, but literally it's coming through like the Fool. Like you're not seeing it for what it is. And you might be rushing into something that's not a good idea. That's not usually how I view this card. And I very much identify with a lot of Aries energy, it turns out. I don't know. They're saying you're getting into something that you're not realizing that you're headed for a fall. Alright. Now, not looking. I feel like you're just not looking. Now, but this does seem like an uphill battle. Now, this situation, I feel like what's going on at the moment has been going on for a while. Is that, yes, okay. Because this is coming in at the beginning of the reading, which makes me feel like this has been going on for a while. Whatever the situation is, you're very optimistic and you're going forward to something, but I don't feel like you're paying attention to the writing on the wall, just to be fair. I'm going to have to read it honestly what they're giving me, so I just want to be fair. And what's going on? It seems like the situation's been going on for a while. You just might be a little more optimistic and a little bit more... I'm getting the word naive, too. I'd like this to be more positive, but... Alright, so... that energy... because that energy is getting you to jump forward into the future. You have the Knight of Wands going on here. You're going right into the future. And you got the Three of Wands right after it. Like, you're taking flight with this. You're moving forward. And I feel like you're initiating it and you're making it happen. You're putting out the information, you're setting it forward, and you're driving the ship. Like the whole shebang. You got the whole shebang going in there. Like the Knight and the Three together make me feel like not only are you saying it and taking steps to make it happen, you're kicking it right off too. It's almost like a Build-A-Boat. You just pop it out of the box, smack it together, and here we go. Then there you go. Like it's all happening really quick. I don't even know if Build-A-Boat exists. I don't know where I got that reference from, but you know. The other side has the Three of Pentacles. Now, I feel like they're looking at some things and are they finding fault? They're looking at, I feel like this is, I hate to say it, but I'm seeing like this is an inspection card. Really? I guess you would learn of things that way. I'm getting like, I don't feel like this person is against you. I want to be honest with you. I don't feel like this person's against you, but I feel like they're not... They're thinking this is going... They're looking at things that aren't right here. Now, I guess this does go with that first Fool card where you're just kind of getting involved and you're not seeing that you're going to... Like it's going to fall flat or something. I don't feel like it going the way you want it to. The other side is trying to point this out to you. Like, you know what? There's things here that need to be fixed first. But I feel like you're off and running. You set sail before you can do anything about that. I do feel like this information comes to you, but I feel like you're already off and running, and you're enjoying. This is a great time. You're thinking like not only are you having a good time, people around you are having a good time. You're feeling like this is good for everybody. you're honestly very optimistic, but you're feeling like everybody's included. This is good. This is going well. I hope this is coming off as a positive reading because, like I said, I also identify with some Aries readings, and sometimes I watch them on other people's channels just to see what's coming my way sometimes. Not often, though, but I do it, and I usually hit Aries as one of them. I'd like this to be better. I think that's what's going on. And I don't think it's really that bad, but I just feel like there's a very great optimistic moment here, but other people are trying to show you like this isn't going to work out, but you're just going full board ahead, like it's all going to work itself out. Now, I feel like as you're in the middle of it, you've already set sail for that analogy. The other side is pointing out, like, I feel like you're getting more aggression coming towards you. Like, this cannot happen now. Like, at least somebody, if not a couple people, are pushing back very strongly. Like, this isn't working. This is, like, there's a hole in the boat, or there's a rip in the sail, or whatever. This isn't working out. This isn't good. You have to stop. Someone seems to be trying to get you to put on the brakes. Okay. Now, that being where it is, you have the Six of Wands. You're working with these people. Whoever's pointing this out, you're working with them to try to correct these errors. It is creating some stress, but you're overcoming it. You're doing okay, but I feel like this is kind of daunting you a little bit. Like, it's bothering you. Like, I feel like this is a quick, sharp turn. Like, you literally had to stop mid-trip or whatever, and you're like, am I going to make it where I want to go? Because there's like, you had to stop. I feel like this energy pushing towards you, it forced you to stop, and you're making these corrections, but now you're starting to wonder, is this going to go any farther? Is that correct? Okay. Now what they're telling me is like you're hitting this spot. This spot, like you're doing what needs to be done. You're correcting things that need to be corrected, but I feel like you're worried. You're upset about it because you got the Three of Swords here, but you have to get more information. You need more information before you continue on. Like, you're at the spot where you realize not only did you have to make these corrections, but you've noticed some other things that aren't working right, and now you have to search out ways to fix those things. And the Three of Swords is telling me, like, this is that fall on your face time right here. This is, like, upsetting because other people are like, you have to stop, you have to fix these things. And you did, you stopped and you fixed those. But once you fix those, other problems are showing up. So you're trying to find ways to take care of those things. Like, to get more information with the Three of Swords, like, you're upset because you're going to have to do a lot more work here than you expected. And it's going to take a lot more to get this ship to complete its voyage. Good? Good. There's a very anxious energy here. Like, I feel like you were so excited and you just want to get it going again. You want to get it going again, and it's just like you stop because you have to fix these problems, and then more problems pop up, and you have to research and try to figure out how to handle those. Going to your benefit, though, thankfully, because I was really worried. I was like, I would like all my readings to be like wonderful, but you know, if I just give you the good stuff, I just don't feel like that's authentic. The other side has the Ace of Cups and the yes. It's the more passive yes. They're telling me they're definitely going to be there, so don't worry about that right now. A yes is a yes in this situation. Okay, so there's definitely people around you. There's a lot of love coming towards you. There's a lot of people trying to help you and that want to help you. You can push back, not push back, but you can bring forward these concerns or trying to find out how to fix things. People around you are going to try to help you find what you need. You might even get some support or some aid in getting these things corrected. Because I feel like the environment loves you. I feel like there's a very loving, caring environment. I feel like the Three of Swords here is also because the fact that you have to lean on somebody else to get this fixed is not your optimum plan. But it is there, and I feel like this could help you get back on track. I do feel like this card is popping up between you, the Four of Pentacles. You might have to relent a little bit from your original plan to make this go a lot smoother for you. I just feel like you have a certain trajectory, how you want this to handle, where you want to go. You have the whole plan already worked out in your head, like the where you want to go anyway, that part. And I feel like you might have to relent on a couple things that you don't really want to. And I feel like this Four of Pentacles between you and the other side is like trying to work it out. Because I feel like the other side wants you to kind of give in and help them a little bit too at the same time. So there's a little bit of a give and take action here that's necessary, but I feel like both sides are kind of having a hard time. Like, I almost feel like the other side wants you to change it and do it the way they're telling you. But you're like, I don't want to do it that way. I want to do it my way. I just want to fix these things. I feel like there has to be a compromise between the two. Like, I feel like you need to work with this energy a little more. Like, all right, I can give in on some of this, but these are the list the things that you really don't want change. And I feel like you got to kind of come to a compromise that way. It might be a rough compromise, but this could make things get back on track for you. Huh. Well, I suppose, like, I would really like this reading to work out in the sense of, like, hopefully you see this in the beginning and you're seeing how hopefully this hits you at the right time where you're a very optimistic point and you haven't done anything yet, where you can like reevaluate. Because I feel like in this very beginning section, the Fool with the Knight especially, that it takes right off, like it's too late. But these two cards, like if you get it before you actually take off and take flight or set sail, whatever you want to say, if you get this at that point, I feel like you could slow it down. You're not gonna want to. I'm definitely gonna say that you're not gonna want to. But if you could slow it down and just touch base with the other side then, because this feeling is there the whole way. It's just you need it at the end. If you come if you go forward towards it at the beginning, I feel like this situation can change. I don't feel like you have to have this heartbreak. I don't feel like you have to do that. So hopefully this is when this comes to you, because I'd like this to really work out for you better. So hopefully that's how it is. If you're later on in the reading and this is hitting with you, hopefully this has some type of effect to help you sort this out, where you realize that the love is around you and the help is there, and it helps you move forward quicker and easier. I hope it has a positive effect. Let's leave it that way, because the way this is going, it just seems like it's kind of rough at the end here, because of like the changes, the corrections that have to be made, and the way they have to happen. I feel like in the beginning, if you have more time to sort it out when you haven't actually started the journey yet, it's a lot easier. It can go a lot more to your liking, especially in the long term. Okay. I'm going to wrap that up there. Thank you very much for watching. Of course, if you would like a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.